Hey guys, so I'm back again and I'm here to do a quick little review. Well, maybe I should stop saying quick because it might not be that quick. But this is a review on the Femme blushes that I ordered and I told you guys about. So this is how it looks. It's like this. Sleek little packagings, and at the back it has little pinholes where you can push the blushes through. This palette holds 12 blushes. And if you do the palette lab, like I did the palette lab, you get to name your palette, and also they would make a card like this for you to show you exactly where the blushes are supposed to be, or where the blushes go, the names of the blushes here. And as you can see, I am missing one of my pans. I'm missing the coral pan. I'm missing that right here because it is back ordered, and they said I called them, and they told me to check back in 3 weeks. And just before I get into the blush, a little bit about their customer service. The customer service is really amazing. When I first ordered the blushes, I was kind of a little bit weirded out because it was taking so long. Well, for me it took me 2 weeks to get my blushes, but for me that's really long compared to other orders that I've made with other companies. But once I called them and I talked to them, they just really nice people, and they answer all your questions. The first time I called them was right before I ordered. I called them to just ask them about how it was done, how their process was, and they were very genuine, and what they said pretty much came to pass. They told me that it takes a week for the order to be fulfilled, and then a week to be a week to half a week to be shipped out, and that's exactly what happened with me. So there were no disappointments. And then I called them because I've had my palette now for like 2 weeks. So I called them last week and I asked them about, no, I called them this week and I asked them about my coral pan and just, details on that, if they were going to send me an email update telling me when they were going to ship it and stuff. And they were really sweet and nice, and they just told me that to wait, like that La Femme was out of blushes, was out of rustic, peach, and coral, those 3 colors. So, and she said, like, do you want to exchange for another blush? You could pick out another blush and we will ship it out to you as soon as possible. And I was like, no, I'll just wait. I have 11 blushes here, so there's no rush. Anyway, so in this video, I'm just really going to give you some swatches and show them to you. The other video that I did with this, the swatches were kind of bad, so I'm really going to try to save the lighting. The lighting kind of sucks because it's kind of dreary outside, so I don't really have that much sunlight, and my room light is kind of overshadowing, so I hope it doesn't really wash out the shadows. But anyways, I'm just going to go and show you the blushes I got. I'm going to start from this corner. Right here, well, right here is Purple Passion. This is Bordeaux, Magenta, Fuchsia, Framboesa, Mulberry, Rose, Pink Velvet, Lilac Champagne, Coral Spice, and Terracotta. And I'm just going to swatch them for you. So first I'm going to swatch Purple Passion. And this is a swatch on my finger. And here it is on my hand. It's really pigmented. It's really beautiful. Next is Bordeaux. Here it is on my finger. Hopefully the colors aren't being washed out. So here is Bordeaux right on top of Purple Passion. Next is Magenta. And these colors are highly pigmented. And Magenta is right on top of Bordeaux. Next is Fuchsia. Right there. Really hot pink. Fuchsia color. And that's Fuchsia right there. And then next is Framboesa. Do that on my thumb. I'm just going to put that right there. This Framboesa. Framboesa looks like magenta, but with a lot of sparkles. It has a lot of sparkles. And these are the colors on my hands, the first 5. So we have Purple Passion, Bordeaux, Magenta, Fuchsia, and Framboesa. Next is Mulberry. Mulberry is a really cool toned pink. Kind of has a purple base to it too. That's mulberry right there. Yep. Next is rose. Rose is a very pale pink. And I'm going to do that right here. So it's a rose right there. Next is pink velvet. And I'm going to do that right on top of rose. Kind of look alike. Pink velvet is right on top of rose right there. Next is lilac champagne. And that's lilac champagne. This row that I have going on looks very similar. And there goes lilac champagne right there. And I have two more for you. And I have two more for you because I'm missing one pan. Next is coral spice, which I have been using and loving a lot. And I'm going to put that right here. And lastly is terracotta. And I also, this color is perfect for spring, the spring trend. And you guys are going to love it. It's right there. It's that orangey, corally blush right there. Really pretty. So these are all the blushes that I ordered. So now that you've seen the swatches of the blushes that I have, I'm going to go on to the review and my experiences. I have only used I don't have coral. I've only used terracotta and coral spice, and I really enjoy these two blushes. Terracotta right there, as I mentioned before, it's really great for the spring, this trend that you know, we're into orange lips and coral colors, so it just really fits the trend. And I wore it on my cheeks with Everhip lipstick, and it looked really great. It looked just really wonderful on, and it shows. The blushes are very buildable, so you can definitely get them this intensity, or you could get them a little bit lighter, just depending on your application. Of course, you go with a light hand if you don't want it to be too intense, and of course you can pack it on if you really want the colors to show. One thing that I'm going to take the camera setting and move it a little bit. So one thing I was a little bit disappointed is this is my first palette as far as blush goes, and I don't know if you see the residue that's around the palette, like, so I don't know if this is normal for other palettes like the MAC palette, if this happens, or other blush palettes that you guys may be familiar with, because this is my first palette. But there's a lot of residue. There's a lot of residue around there, and I don't really like it. Also, the palette is made with it's cardboard, and it's pretty sturdy. It's not the greatest quality, but it's pretty sturdy. It looks pretty sleek. And those are the pinholes to push out the pans. I'm not gonna push out the pans because there's no point. But each pan holds 5.5 grams of product. Yep. And I'm just gonna go again with the colors. So there's Purple Passion. As you can see, it does have shimmers. It has like blue iridescent shimmers. There's Bordeaux, Magenta, it's hot pinky. Here is Fuchsia, it's more cool toned, and Framboesa with the silver sparkles. Mulberry, very cool toned. Almost looks like if I let the light look at it, light washes it out, makes it look kind of lilac-y, but that's right there is more of the true color. Rose, which is pale pink rose color. Pink Velvet, Lilac Champagne, which also has some shimmers, Coral Spice, and Terracotta. So those are the blushes. To do the Palette Lab, it is $35, and shipping was $7.50, I believe, or $7.95. So my total was like around $42, if I remember correctly. And shipping for me to get the 11 colors out of the 12 took me 2 weeks, as I said before. Customer service really, really good. These blushes are amazing. They're La Femme. If you don't want to do the palette lab, they're $2.50 per blush. You can get them, well, $2.50 if you get them in the pan, and then you can get them in the pot. I'm not sure what the price for it in the pot, but I think it's around $3. But in the pan, they're $2.50, and if you have your own like a Z palette or whatever, you could just use that to, if you just want to try out the blushes. But I hope that this video was able to give you an idea of how the blushes look like. I got, the reason why I bought some of these blushes were from other gurus on here, like for Purple Passion, Bordeaux, Coral Sparks, and Terracotta. These are blushes that I saw on other people's reviews and swatches and hauls on these blushes, and they looked really nice, and I'm really glad I got these. You really can't be disappointed in the blushes. The swatches online, though, I will talk about the swatches. The swatches online suck. Not that good. You get like a little square, like that little. It's just not that good. You can't really tell what the colors look like. Some of the colors look alike, and some of them don't even work. Actually, when I was scrolling, like clicking the the blush, some of them didn't even pop up a picture, so I didn't even know. I would like type it into YouTube, see someone who had like a La Femme blush in this color to see how it looked, just to see a swatch. But yeah, so those are the colors again. I will be posting pictures after the video, and I hope you enjoyed this review and this review was helpful. Definitely check out these blushes. They're really inexpensive and they're worth it. Thanks. Bye guys.